Today's video is something that popped into my head whilst I was lying in bed at night, unable to sleep. What would happen if Lionel Messi couldn't retire? What if he was stuck playing at Barcelona till he was 70? So I did what any logical person does. I loaded up the Football Manager database editor. We've set up the scenario in game. Today we're going to see what happens when Messi turns 70. If you do enjoy this video, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you have any of your own weird and wonderful ideas like this one that you would like to see, leave them in the comments. And well, let's get into this. So here we are in the present day in Football Manager 2021, and most of this looks fairly normal. Lionel Messi at Barcelona, well, he's got a contract until 2057, and he won't be leaving before that. Yes, Messi has signed a contract until he is 70 years old with Barcelona. It's a bit like a death pact or something. If you would like to write a fan fiction in the comments as to how this situation has emerged, I would love to read them. And you can see here, he is going to be joining Anti-Drugs Strikers, which I know what you're thinking, that is not a real team name. It absolutely is. They play in Sierra Leone. I don't know either. He's not leaving Barcelona for a long time, and over the course of today's video, we are going to go forward in time and see what becomes of him. I think to start things off, we'll just go 3 years into the future, take a look at Messi aged 35. It's going to be interesting to see what the effect of his massive contract is going to have on Barcelona, because even when he starts to decline, that wage ain't dropping. So is it going to drag Barcelona down over the course of the next 30 years? Are they going to be able to stay afloat without him? Is Messi going to play any football when he's aged 50 and 60? Shall we go and find out? So the year is 2023. Messi is 35 years old. The physicals are starting to drop off. He still looks absolutely phenomenal, but there are some signs of decline. There is less yellow and blue on this side of the screen than there was previously. Of course, in a normal Football Manager save game, this is around the time where Messi would start to retire. Let's have a look. Has he been playing regular football? Wow, okay, he has. He's actually only scored 8 goals this year, but he's assisted 17. He's still putting in some pretty phenomenal performances on the pitch in terms of just statistically. He is showing a steady decline, so if he kept going at this current rate, in about 20 years, his average rating would be 0. That won't happen, of course. If we look at his milestones, what has he won in all competitions with Barcelona? You can see here, Spanish Cup winners, Spanish Super Cup winners, World Club Championship 3rd place, Spanish Cup winners again. He's been stripped of the Barcelona captaincy, resigned as Argentina captain after a Copa America runner-up. That's upsetting. They lost to Brazil in the final, and with that, Messi said, I don't want to be captain anymore. I don't want to play on the international stage. And, well, this year he's still putting in some good performances. He's still in the Barcelona seasonal best 11. He got runner-up in Spanish League Player of the Year. So maybe at 35, he is still good for a couple more seasons. He looks immense still, really. Of course, he is on this mental contract, and his value has dropped massively. In terms of Barcelona's league finishes, they've actually finished 3rd the last couple of seasons. So not looking particularly great there. Jurgen Klopp's their manager. That makes me feel a little uncomfortable. Right, I think we'll go forward another 3 years. 38 years old is kind of the latest that I've seen Messi retire in Football Manager. Memorise these attributes, memorise these physicals. I think they're going to look drastically different in just a second. Even aged 38, Messi is pretty nuts in Football Manager. His physicals have fallen off a cliff even more so than before. That said, there's no wands yet. I imagine we will have some wands within the next 32 years. You can see here, looking at his polygon, it's a little bit of a sad state of affairs in the top right corner. He's made 603 appearances for Barcelona, 480 goals. Somewhat concerningly, there's nothing showing here at the bottom. Has he just been dropped from the first team completely? He has, and well, you can see actually in the last couple of years he's not played a lot. 26 matches in all competitions, only 3 goals. Oh, Lionel, how have Barcelona got on? They won the league last season. This year just gone, they finished 3rd. And Jurgen is still their manager. Messi is still vice-captain as well, so fair play to him. If we just take a look at his milestones for all competitions here. So you can see here, they won a European, well actually no, they got runners-up. Runners-up in the Champions League. It's still a valiant attempt. He was appointed vice-captain in 2025. He was stripped of vice-captaincy before that. He's broken the record for Barcelona's oldest ever player, which I imagine is going to be a record he holds on to. And you can see, looking through here, runner-up in Copa America again. Poor Messi. And he's still appearing in the Argentina seasonal best 11. which is a little bit weird. If we look at it for this 2025 year, he made 5 appearances and scored 2 goals. Actually has a really good average rating on the international stage. 190 caps, 97 goals. Surely he can't get to 200 caps and 100 goals. That would be pretty nuts. I feel like there's going to come a point very soon where he will probably retire from international football. It will be interesting, obviously, to note how his contract impacts Barcelona. You can see he's now listed as just a squad player. I'm half expecting him at some point to start playing for Barcelona B, possibly even Barcelona C again. I guess that's going to be the next thing to keep an eye on. Anyway, we'll jump forward a few more years and then we will start to jump significantly further into the future. We're going to do all of this video in one today, so I will join you in just a moment. We are now in the distant future, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2032. Messi is about to turn 45 next week. He's got on a little bit. Some stuff's changed here. Yeah, he's forgotten how to jump and how to head. And in fact, he's forgotten a lot of things, including how to dribble, which may be the greatest tragedy of our time. But 44 years old, Messi is still playing for Barcelona B. And he is actually still playing in the Spanish second division, which I absolutely adore. You can see in the last 6 years, he has just gone to Barcelona B. 130 appearances for them. He hasn't played any more for Argentina either, which is a bit sad. If we just look at his career stats, since we left things, he went to Barcelona B, didn't play the first year he was in Barcelona B, and then it looks like they got relegated, and then they were like, maybe we should use that Messi bloke. He actually put in a really good year in 2027-28, a 7.32 average rating. Unfortunately, since then, and their return to the second division, not quite as good. Not quite as good as it turns out. I mean, he is 44 years old now. This is kind of the point at which I don't know what Football Manager's going to do, because players very rarely play beyond 44. I don't actually know if he's going to decline much more than this. If we take a look at his milestones here, for all competitions, not a lot's happened. He acquired his National C and then his National B coaching licenses 5 years ago. But one thing I've noticed is he doesn't have a staff attributes bit. So he might have done these coaching badges. I don't know if he's going to become a staff member after he retires. I doubt he will, because aged 70, I think he's probably just going to want to retire from football completely. He is now considered a veteran attacking midfielder. As I've said, he's played 130 games for Barcelona B. He is now just 25 years away from his retirement. And I think to wrap things up here, we will now just jump forward. It's kind of clear what's going to happen, I think. He's just going to chill at Barcelona B for the rest of his days, maybe even Barcelona C. Just looking at Barcelona themselves, of course, they are still paying for Messi's contract, which they're not going to be massive fans of. And they've not won a La Liga title now in 7 years. So not looking particularly great for them on that front either. Messi clearly sandbagging them down. In fact, if we look at their squad, is there anyone on more than Messi's 1.2 million? I mean, there's just not going to be, is there? There's not going to be. He's on 4 times more than anyone else. He's 44 years old. Valued at £4,200. I could almost afford him. Beautiful. Right, Lionel, I'm sorry for what I've done for you. We'll go forward quarter of a century. I hope time is kind on you. And, well, let's go to the future, everyone. Not much is going to have changed. Maybe Barcelona are living underwater. I feel like I should be singing happy birthday or something. Messi, you're 70 years old. We're not having a party. We're shipping you off to Sierra Leone. Wow, he's actually somehow got worse in certain areas. Just comparing him to his previous self, his heading's gone down to 1. There's lots of 1s across the board, really, aren't there? The physicals just kind of don't exist, but he's still naturally fit, which is something, right? Also, media still think he's a veteran attacking midfielder. I think he's a useless attacking midfielder. He's played 345 games for Barcelona B over the last, 30 years? I'm going to be honest, I thought he would end up playing more than that. But if we just look at his playing history here, it would be fair to say it's been patchy in terms of number of appearances. And in fact, in 2048-49, he got called back up to the first team. They gave him hope as he approached 62 years old, and then they just didn't play him and sent him back down. Yeah, you can see here, he's not scored many goals over a number of years now. Ever since he went back down to Barcelona B, it's not really been happening for him. Although this year, He's played 7 appearances, which is more than he did in the previous 3 seasons combined, so a bit of a resurgence for Messi, and he got 2 assists, and he hadn't had a 2-assist season in the past 16, so maybe he's ending on a high here at Barcelona. If we look at career milestones, there have been no milestones. He's not done anything, everyone. Nothing has happened in a number of years here. I mean, how are Barcelona doing? I guess that's the other thing, right, to note is, how are Barcelona doing? You can see here, Barcelona B, oh my word, they've been up and down the leagues, haven't they? Yeah, wow. Okay, that's way more fluctuating than I was actually expecting. If we just take a look at their affiliates and the big boys of Barcelona, how have they been affected by stuff? And actually looking at it, it doesn't really look like they have been affected by things, despite the fact that Messi is just on a ridiculously large chunk of their wage budget. Their finances are secure. In terms of their league finishes, I mean, they've not won a league in a little while, which I suppose will be disappointing. In fact, they've not won one in 19 years. And there are not many runners-up in that time either for Barcelona. I'm kind of surprised the club haven't had more issues with like financial fair play or anything. I assume that they've not had any issues with it. It doesn't look like it. Obviously, their presidents have been coming and going. Have they won any cup competitions in recent years? There's lots of runners-up here. There are winners in there. Lots of runners-up. And in fact, even this year, finishing Spanish Cup and Spanish Super Cup runners-up. And Europa League runners-up on a number of occasions. Looks like they've kind of been the champions of the Europa League, which probably isn't something you would associate with Barcelona, but in the distant future, things are weird, and Messi is still going strong. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What happens next, Jack? Well, I have already gone forward a little bit beyond this. I'll be honest with you, not a lot. Messi didn't actually make any appearances once he went to anti-drug strikers, probably because they play in the Sierra Leone League and it just doesn't really exist within Football Manager. But we tried, and well, he's had a lovely holiday there, if nothing else, and he did just retire from football. I think clearly he'd had enough after, well, a long time stuck at Barcelona. 37 years extra on his contract. I think anyone would want to retire after that. I don't know if what happened today was what I expected to happen when I sat thinking about it. I feel like I thought Barcelona were going to struggle a little bit more. I thought Messi would just stop playing at a point. I thought he would get worse overall as a player, but he was still semi-usable by the end, which is surprising, age 70. If you've got anything that you noticed in this video that I didn't notice, let me know it down in the comments. I would love to know what you thought of what happened. Is there any different scenarios that played out in your head as to the what-ifs of this one? If you've got ideas for other experiments, as I said earlier, like this one, maybe something's popped into your head right now, you want to see it, get it down in the comments. As I said right at the top, if you have enjoyed the video, do drop a like on it. It feeds the algorithm, it helps YouTube push videos like this one far and wide. And well, until next time, thank you for your support as always, gang. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.